Imagine facing down an entire army, alone, wounded, and refusing to yield. Picture the dust of battle, the clash of steel, the desperate roar of 1,000 voices, and in the heart of it all, one man, an impossible beacon of defiance. This isn't a myth, but a testament to human courage, forged in the crucible of ancient Rome's most brutal civil war. In the annals of Roman history, where heroes were cast in bronze and legends whispered through generations, few stories burn as brightly as that of Marcus Cassius Scaeva. A name synonymous with an almost suicidal bravery, his stand at Dyrrhachium became a legendary tale, inspiring his comrades and baffling his enemies. This is the story of a man against a legion. The year is 48 BC. The mighty Roman Republic, for centuries, a beacon of power and conquest, was tearing itself apart. Two titans, once allies, now bitter rivals, vied for ultimate control. Julius Caesar, the conqueror of Gaul, and Gnaeus Pompeius Magnus, Pompey the Great, Rome's most celebrated general. Their ambition plunged Rome into a devastating civil war. Caesar, having famously crossed the Rubicon, had pushed Pompey out of Italy. Now, the decisive clash loomed in the east, near the rugged coast of Illyria. Caesar, ever the audacious strategist, aimed to trap Pompey's superior forces at Dyrrhachium, constructing an elaborate series of fortifications and siege lines around his opponent's camp. These were not merely ditches and palisades, but complex earthworks, towers, and forts designed to encircle and starve out a vast army. The construction was backbreaking, perilous work, stretching the limits of Roman engineering and the endurance of Caesar's legions. Among these hardened soldiers was Marcus Cassius Scaeva, a centurion of the Legio VII, Caesar's famed Ferea or Iron Legion. Scaeva was not a man of noble birth, but a career soldier, having risen through the ranks by sheer merit and courage. Like many centurions, he was the backbone of the Roman army, experienced, disciplined, and unwavering. His legion, the Legio VII, held a critical section of Caesar's sprawling defensive line, guarding against a potential breakout from Pompey's formidable forces. For weeks, a tense stalemate prevailed. Caesar's lines slowly tightened, but Pompey's larger army was well supplied by sea. The air crackled with anticipation, both sides knowing a decisive engagement was inevitable. On a fateful morning, Pompey, having discovered a weakness in Caesar's southern flank, launched a massive surprise attack. Thousands of Pompey's legionaries, supported by archers and slingers, crashed into Caesar's fortifications. The objective: to breach the lines, break the blockade, and turn Caesar's carefully constructed trap into his own undoing. It was a brutal, overwhelming assault focused on a thinly held section of Caesar's perimeter. Scaeva's cohort found itself at the very epicenter of the storm. Wave after wave of Pompey's men slammed into their position, the air filled with the clang of steel, the thud of bodies, and the screams of the wounded. This was no ordinary skirmish. It was a desperate fight for survival, for the fate of Caesar's entire campaign. As the first waves of attackers were repelled, Scaeva stood out, a figure of resolute courage. He fought with the ferocity of a trapped wolf, inspiring his men through sheer example. His voice, hoarse from shouting commands, cut through the din of battle, urging his comrades to hold the line no matter the cost. But the numerical superiority of Pompey's forces began to tell. The Romans were pushed back, inch by bloody inch. Scaeva was at the forefront, a living wall against the tide. He took his first wound, a spear to the shoulder, yet he merely tightened his grip on his shield, his eyes still fixed on the enemy. Then came another blow, an arrow piercing his thigh. Still, Scaeva fought on, a testament to Roman discipline and an unbreakable will. He knew that if this section of the line broke, the consequences for Caesar's entire army could be catastrophic. His personal survival was secondary to the fate of the legion. The true legend began when an arrow struck him directly in the eye. A lesser man would have fallen, blinded and defeated. But Scaeva, with an unimaginable surge of adrenaline and defiance, simply tore the arrow from his face, leaving a gaping, bloody wound, and continued to fight, wielding his sword and shield with renewed, desperate fury. His shield became a grim tally of his defiance. Historians recount that over 120 arrows, spears, and javelins were embedded in its sturdy frame, turning it into a porcupine of death. Each hit represented an attempt to break him, and each arrow stood as a testament to his refusal to yield. Alone, and surrounded by a throng of Pompey's soldiers, Scaeva was a desperate, bleeding vortex of resistance. He fought not just for Caesar, but for the very honor of his legion, for the Roman spirit that demanded defiance in the face of impossible odds. He was a force of nature, driven by an instinct to survive and to protect his comrades. The sheer tenacity of this one man began to instill fear, then awe in his attackers. How could a single, gravely wounded Roman still stand? How could he continue to fight with such ferocity? They attacked, retreated, then attacked again, each time met with Scaeva's unbreakable will. He was a living embodiment of the Roman legionary spirit. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, his comrades, having rallied themselves, surged forward, cutting a path through the enemy lines to rescue their incredible centurion. They pulled him back, bleeding profusely, a legend in the making. The line had been held, at least in this crucial sector, thanks to one man's unbelievable stand. Despite the individual heroics, the Battle of Dyrrhachium was ultimately a tactical defeat for Caesar. His lines were breached, his army was forced to withdraw, but Scaeva's stand and the bravery of men like him ensured that the retreat did not turn into a rout, preserving the core of Caesar's fighting force. Back in the camp, Caesar himself sought out the wounded centurion. He found Scaeva, near death but alive, his body a testament to unimaginable suffering and courage. When Caesar heard the full account of his heroism, he was deeply moved and immensely proud of his centurion. As a reward for his unparalleled bravery, Caesar promoted Scaeva to the rank of Primus Pilus, the most senior centurion in a legion, a position of immense prestige and responsibility. He also gifted him 200,000 sesterces, a vast sum of money, and awarded him 200 acres of land. It was a recognition befitting a true hero of Rome. Scaeva's story didn't end at Dyrrhachium. He continued to serve Caesar faithfully, his new rank bringing even greater respect. He fought in the decisive Battle of Pharsalus, where Caesar finally crushed Pompey's forces and remained a loyal and formidable presence in Caesar's campaigns, a living legend among the legions. Marcus Cassius Scaeva, the man who stood alone against a legion, embodies the very essence of Roman martial virtue. His defiance in the face of overwhelming odds, his refusal to yield even when grievously wounded, became a timeless narrative of courage and unwavering loyalty. His tale was passed down through the ages, a benchmark for heroism. Scaeva's story resonates far beyond the battlefields of ancient Rome. It speaks to the indomitable spirit within us all, the capacity for extraordinary courage when faced with impossible challenges. It's a reminder that even when all seems lost, one person's unwavering resolve can make a difference, inspire hope, and forge a legacy. The legend of Marcus Cassius Scaeva, the centurion with one eye and 100 wounds, remains a powerful testament to the human spirit's ability to transcend fear and stand firm against the tide, proving that even a single man, when driven by an unyielding heart, can indeed face down a legion.